So you got a 34-year-old who is grown up. By the way, I just turned 30 a while ago, within the past 13 weeks, which means I'm just now getting to the point where I'm like allowed to start having opinions, preferences, maybe. So I know what this guy's going through. He's had the last 25 years of his life. He's seen this country grow its GDP at 2.8%. You know what happens when you grow your country at a 2.8% GDP? People don't get very happy. Okay. That's not very good. GDP growth is good because when GDP grows, everybody's standard of living goes up. When everybody's standard of living goes up, people are happy. So we've had this guy who, since he's 9 years old, has seen less than 3% GDP growth. And mind you, what has happened in the last 25 years, specifically the last, 18 years since the Great Recession, we have printed more money than the last 2,000 years combined times two. Okay? 2/3 of every dollar in your pocket right now has been printed since 2007. That's insane. Okay? What happens when you just print money, when you just turn the money printer on, just print dollars out of thin air? Everything goes up in price. Assets go up in value. So what does that look like to you, the normal person on the street? Oh, my house went up. Wow, I made a great decision. I'm a really smart financial person. What happens at large across an entire economy? This thing called wealth inequality. It's real. It's measurable. And it's not by mistake. Everything we have done in this country for the last 25 years has contributed to wealth inequality. We've printed more dollars. We've taken interest rates to zero. We've increased government outlays. Every single thing you can possibly imagine. It's been like this cocktail of wealth inequality. And we want to keep doing it. So, okay, 34 years old, elected the mayor of the single most important city, most important financial institution in the world, New York City. And his exposure to the way that things get handled in this country is the rich get richer and the poor never get going. 2024, last year, more people than ever in the history of the United States went to Europe last year. More people than ever are on food stamps. It's the same world. It is the exact same world, two different realities. So what do they tell you to do? How do they tell you to fix this? I never went to business school, but I'll tell you exactly what they tell you. Okay. Here's the Democratic Socialist of America playbook in like 2 seconds. Okay. GDP growth is low. We need to fix GDP growth because a better economy makes everybody happier. How do we do that? Well, I don't know. The biggest input into GDP growth is consumption, spending. You and me spending money makes the economy go round. Okay. 70% of GDP growth is consumption. 70% of GDP, I guess I should say, is consumption. So how do we, speed up the economy? How do we make it better? We got to get people to spend more money. Okay. If you go on Twitter, there's all these people making these arguments that, hey, we cut food stamps, the government shut down, right? We turned food stamps off. 40 million Americans are now not able to get their food stamps. That's bad for the economy. Why is it bad for the economy? Because for every dollar that you put into food stamps, $1.80 goes back into the economy. How that math works, I have no idea, but that's what everybody says on Twitter. So if you believe that, you get more money into the hands of more people, the economy spins faster and faster and faster, and everybody's quality of life goes up. How do you do that? You tax the rich. Why do you tax the rich? People who make a lot of money have the highest marginal propensity to save it. Saving money is a net detractor in GDP growth. Why? I made this money. I stuck it in the bank. Nothing happens. No economic activity was generated. So what do? What do they teach you? Keynes. They teach you, let's tax the rich. Let's move that money from people who are going to save it otherwise. Let's transfer it to those who have the highest propensity to consume, the poor. They're going to spend it. You spend more money, the economy goes faster and faster and faster and faster, and that's how they're going to solve this problem. Here's the thing. That's what we've been doing. That is literally what we've been doing.